Hey Catgangers, Deva here with another exciting video. I think I gave too much love to the F.Rajang Weapons, so now let's have a look to the new F.Rajang Weapons, because they're also incredibly good in their own unique way. We're going to start off with the Charge Blade, since it's the one that caught my attention first, and oh boy, it's so good. I will cover on this video 3 slightly different builds depending on your matchup and gameplay. The first will be a sharpness build, which will allow you to not only play on SAED playstyle, but even on SAVAGEAXE without having to use Masterstouch. The second will be a COALESSENCE build, and a max DPS build, which is the only one without health boost. Let's have a look on its stats first. It has 1008 raw, which is not the highest in the game, but most likely like 3rd place. 15% base affinity, 390 base element, and 50 units of purple sharpness. It already looks like a new meta Thunder Charge Blade. It has also power element files, so you should check out the hit zone values of Thunder weak monsters if you wanna be dealing decent damage. This can be found on my Discord server or website Monsanto World Kiranico. Power element charge blades always must use a Safi armor, since it's the biggest damage boost they can get. It gives us 40% affinity, but also 150 base element, which is a massive elemental file damage boost. Let's have a small comparison to the Safi charge blade without to go too much in depth. The F.Rajang charge blade has 10% more raw damage and fits in more skills in the build thanks to the 10% more affinity. However, it has 7% less elemental damage, so you will get slightly less file damage compared to a Safi that has 5 element awakenings. Its sharpness is just insane though. It has 50 units of purple and 30 units of white, so you have much more DPS uptime, since Safi will drop faster to blue. And blue is a very big damage loss for element, but as well raw. So use whatever charge blade you want. It's not about which one will do that a little bit or more damage, because it makes no difference in actual hunts. Augments for all builds will be full element, or you can add 1 health regeneration to negate the Safi health loss blight, which is actually free healing if you don't miss it, since it gives much more health back. So let's go to the first build, which can be used for SAVAGEAXE but SAED as well thanks to the RAZORSHARP charm. But why not Handicraft over RAZORSHARP? It's very simple. Handicraft gives you an extra 10 units of sharpness per level, so 5 Handicraft will be 50 additional hits of purple. While RAZORSHARP doubles your hits, this means you not only gain 50 hits of purple, but also additional 30 hits of white, and so on for all other sharpness levels. But you should definitely sharpen if you drop to blue though. Also, Handicraft Charm is a level 4 skill, which also freed up some slots in the build, which in that case allowed us to get one more level 1 slot, or I just used it for having a second guard level just for comfort instead someone misses a guard point. But 1 guard is actually enough for 95% of all monster attacks, assuming you guard point. There is a few exceptions that require more guard, for example Reinner Gigante, some attacks from the Zinogre family, or Brute Tigrix, but that's almost it. And to clear up the question, people keep saying monsters increase their knockback in Master Rank, which they did absolutely not. It's exactly the same as in High Rank. You still need 1 guard only for 95% of all monster attacks, assuming you do your guard point and have your shield charged. The second build has Coalescence, which is a massive damage increase on raw but as well your element. So you should definitely go with this build if the monster you hunt can give you a blight. Blight resistance level 2 is kind of meta here and comes for free. The skill goes perfectly with Coalescence, since it makes elemental blights last only for 10 seconds. You don't even have to sheath in to take a Nullberry. The monster attacks you, you get the blight, 10 seconds later you have the blight off and Coalescence will be activated. The third build is a max DPS build, which has in addition extra raw damage, and yes, you heard right, playing elemental charge blade doesn't mean you don't do raw damage. Raw damage is still the bigger portion of your damage regardless, since you also have to do melee attacks to charge up files, just like having 100% crit chance being a must. Especially if you SAVAGEAXE, your damage output is mostly just pure raw damage. We dropped Weakness Exploit here to fit in more efficient skills like Crit Eye. This build has an 85% crit chance anywhere and 100% on weak spots. 40% from the Safi armor, 10% from Agitator, 20% from crit eye level 7, 15% from the weapons, and the last 15% come if you hit weak spots. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if so, be sure to leave a like and comment down below of what you want to see next. As a lot of you requesting more Raging Brachydios builds like hammer builds, switchaxe builds, and so on, shield and sword, glaive. The thing is, those builds use exactly the same builds, like for example raw longsword, dual blades, hammer, switchaxe, shield and sword, insect glaive, and so on. They all use exactly the same build. There is not one single skill that changes, so if you want to, for example, a glaive or a shield and sword, hammer build, switchaxe, whatsoever, you can copy the one from the dual blades or the longsword. It will be still exactly the same build. But for weapons like the greatsword or charge blade, where you have to change the builds a bit due to them requiring capacity boost or focus, that's weapons that I have to cover separately. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, for more awesome builds, guides and speedrun videos. And with that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting.